Hi, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my wrap up for the second half of November. I read 7 books in the second half of November for a total of 10 books for the month, which was 2,881 pages and 38 hours of audio. A lot of these books were for the Bucket-Listathon, which I was participating in all month long, which was created by Danny Dabbles, and I was using a game board, and I rolled 6 times, landed on 6 spots on the game board, and I finished all of them in the month, which I'm very happy about. So I'll talk about some of those. One of them I finished in the first half of November, and the rest were all in the second half of November. So the first half of November was a lot of catching up on one very big carryover from the month before, plus getting ready for the next book in the Sun Eater series by reading a novella that comes before. And then my book club pick, which was also for the Bucket-Listathon, for my pick. I got to pick any book, and I chose my book club pick. It just made sense. Now getting into what I read in the second half of November, the first thing I finished was The Library at Mount Char by Cassandra Khaw. I read this amazing Owlcrate horror subscription copy. It's so beautiful. This is like one of my favorite books that I own. Now this incredible, hideous book art makes so much sense. And I am very happy to have read this. I gave it 5 stars. This was for a new release pick for Bucket-Listathon, as well as the book club pick for Jason's Weird Reads book club on Fable. And yeah, I could see not everyone is going to love this book, but I sure did. It was very weird, very gruesome, bloody. I feel like it kept a very good pace where you're always wondering what's going to happen next. And there's always something very, very hideous happening. This is my favorite dark academia book I've ever read because it's just so strange. I love strange. This is about a school for monsters, basically. There's in this world, there's a lot of people with mutations to become very monster-like. So there's a lot of deadly beings in this school. And yeah, some incredibly wild ride going on here, and I could not get enough. It seems like the reviews are mixed, which is true for all of Cassandra Khaw's books. I've actually liked all of their books that I've read, which is quite a few, I think. This is my 3rd Cassandra Khaw book I've read. And this one by far was my favorite. Each one got better and better for me. The next book I finished was The Widow's House by Daniel Abraham. This is the Dagger and the Coin series book 4. There's only one more to read, and I'm going to be starting it very soon. As soon as I finish one more book, I'll be able to start the finale. But this is my favorite book in the series so far. This really ramped things up, and I can kind of see the vision of where things are going, and it's all very exciting. This is was a buddy read on the Bookastromer Discord, and I am so happy I had this great opportunity to finish this series I've been wanting to read forever, like forever. I don't even know when I put the first book on my TBR wanting to read it. I think possibly around 2012. I don't know. Maybe 2017. I honestly do not recall. But yeah, this was for the Bucket-Listathon prompt for TBR Veteran, because I've wanted to read this series for so long. It is definitely a backlist series for Daniel Abraham. And I finally got to it, and I am enjoying the heck out of it. Next, I finished Attack on Sasquatch Valley by Jason White. And this was for the Cryptid Readathon, which is hosted by Jason White, as well as Fiber Artsy and Sin's Book Nook. And this is the only book I finished in November for the Cryptid Readathon, but I did get halfway through another one, which will be in my December wrap-up. But Attack on Sasquatch Valley has very deadly Sasquatches in it. A great Bigfoot attacks book. And man, these Bigfoot were scary and deadly, yes. Oh boy. It was high action, high thrills, fast-paced horror book with a high body count. I gave it 4.5 stars because of the super high fun level, and was glad I could read fellow booktuber Jason White's book, and can't wait to read more from him. Next, I finished The Eye of the Bedlam Bride by Matt Dinneman. This is the 6th book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, which has been a buddy read on Bookastromer Discord. So glad I got to start this series as well, and we'll be finishing it in December. I'm in the middle of the last book before the one that hasn't come out yet, so I'll be all caught up and ready to go for book 8. I have so much fun with this series. This isn't my favorite in the series, but it was really good. I gave it 4.5 stars. It's up there. I have 2 favorites in the series, which were the first one, which is just, it was just an amazing introduction to this world, and it was super hilarious. And then the only other book that has touched book 1 as far as how funny it is and the plot was book 4. I think it was book 4. Maybe it was 5. I've had 2 5-star books in the series, and the rest aren't quite to that amazing level, but are always a lot of fun with the best characters and funny plot. Eye of the Bedlam Bride was for the Bucket-Listathon for an end of the year list pick. Something I wanted to finish before the end of the year, and I am trying to finish these series by the end of the year. That fit perfectly for that role. Next, I finished We Need to Talk About Kevin by Lionel Shriver. This is from my 40 before 40 list that I've been working on for years. And for the Bucket-Listathon, it counted as a must-read list pick. And I gave this 4 stars. This was a lot more hard-hitting than I even was thinking going in. Like, I knew it was going to be about a mother and son, and they have a strained relationship, and there is something very wrong going on with Kevin. Like, I thought maybe he was a psychopath, a killer of some kind, which he is a killer, and yeah, but it is more than I was expecting. It was very hard-hitting and tough to read at times. A tough subject matter, has to do with a school shooting. The mother of a boy who does a school shooting. So that's tough, tough, tough. And a complicated mother-son relationship. The mother didn't ever really want kids. It was fascinating. It was well written. And it surprised me. It gave me, audible gasping moments. And, yeah, it was really good. But hard to read. Which brought down the enjoyment level a tiny bit. It's hard to really enjoy that kind of subject, but it was a very, very good book. Next, I read Blood on Her Tongue by Joanna Van Veen. This is a very gothic vampire story that I love to pieces. I really enjoyed the writing in this. It was a little unique for vampires, and it was a period piece taking place in the 1800s. It's about sisters. One is very sick, and what the other one will do to keep her sister safe. Beautiful. And even though it wasn't like super fast-paced, I was never bored. I was completely sucked into this plot. I'm so glad that I read this. It is one of my top horror reads of the year. Another 5-star brilliant book. There were so many 5 stars this month. Let's see. I mean, these series that I'm reading, I just love. So that helps in the 5-star department. But I also had 2 5-star horror books this month, which is great. Let's see, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5-star books out of 10 books read. That is incredible. I had an incredible reading month, including my last book that I finished in November, another 5-star read. What is it? Kingdoms of Death by Christopher Rocchio. This is the Sun Eater book 4, and this counted for the Bucket-Listathon for a chunky read. It was nearly 600 pages. Not quite, though. I'm reading through the Sun Eater series on the Bookish Drummer Discord, and I am loving it. It is my favorite series of the year, and it's up there in favorite series of all time. I have to really think about where it would be in the list. I don't have an official list, but I know it would be up there. The Sun Eater series by Christopher Rocchio is amazing. Science fiction fantasy series. Definitely worth the investment of all of the super long books. And I'm glad I read them. I'm glad I continue to read them. I can't wait to get into Ashes of Man, which is up next. And that is the 7 books I read in the second half of November. I am super happy with the 10 books I got to in November, and super excited for what's coming in December as well. A bunch of things I'm going to be finishing up and getting to that I've been wanting to forever, and it's just an exciting time for reading for me, and hopefully lots more 5-star reads. And let me know if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them, and I'll be back very soon with another book-related video. Thanks. Bye.